Fellas, when I am bound for rage, there's only one line that puts me equal. And that line is go ninja, go ninja, go. Today on.
There could be no other line for this episode.
Don't ice tea over the intro.
It's Ice Cube.
No, Vanilla Ice.
That was
Jesus
sorry.
Christ. And you think I'm
I
bad
wanted
with
to go
band
through
names?
all
Thought
of
it
the
was cream
hip-hop
soda.
artists. It is
Yeah.
cream soda. Guys,
Ice
welcome one
Cube.
and all to us completely destroying some actually talented musicians' names and mixing up Vanilla Ice's name with those guys. Hi, welcome. It's Friday. It's Friday nights. We've all had weeks. Jake is sick and he is here. He's a trooper, but he and I are the only two people that have completed this game. So I needed him to be here. So I begged him to come in. So he's all night quilled out. We're ready to go. Now that I'm done talking about Jake, I'm also not only joined by Jake, I'm joined by both of our other friends. Sinistar, how are you today, sir? Happy Friday.
I'm doing well. I think you and I have had a great day.
Oh, we definitely have. We've been eating good audibly today. That's for damn sure. We'll discuss that later in the episode since it has absolutely nothing to do with the topic at hand.
It's another Nine Inch Nails episode.
I love Slam Bamboo. They're my favorite band. What are you talking about?
What about Exotic Birds? Those guys
Exotic
are also
Birds.
amazing.
Great.
Anyways, yeah, so let you know. Anyways, Wolf, how are you today, sir? How's it going? How's your Friday treating you?
I am doing pretty good, actually. We set up a system for the kiddo to get his schoolwork done faster and more efficiently,
Let's
and it's
go.
rocking.
Being a man that's in lean manufacturing, I love systems that make things faster and more efficient. So I'm all about that life. That's cool. Know what else is fast and efficient? Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. Holy cow.
Segue.
This game came out. It didn't come out of left field because it was part of the Next Fest, and Jake and I had discussed it. And we actually all of us discussed it in MPs as a group. I proudly have the retro achievement badge for Ninja Gaiden 1, but I have not been able to repeat that for the other 3 or 4. I have dabbled in the Xbox 360 version. Was it 360 or is it earlier?
That's a hard game. I remember there was one on the original Xbox.
Yeah, I think that's
the original
the one.
3D Ninja.
That's a hard game.
That game is hard as hell, and I don't think I ever finished it. I got to the boss rush towards the end, and my life just I couldn't hang with it. So unfortunately, that one did get shelved. But there's been like a renaissance of not only like Ninja games, but Ninja Gaiden has really come back out. I mean, we got a Ninja Gaiden 4 that's on the approach coming up through. We have a remaster or a remake, I think, of Ninja Gaiden Sigma or Ninja Gaiden Black, I believe, was released.
Gosh,
Yeah, I think
I lose track of what the different versions are, but there's been a remaster, you're right, and Ninja Gaiden 4 is any month now, and then this one,
And we talked about Shinobi. Shinobi has Revenge or whatever, has another one that just came out not too long after I think Ragebound was released, which looks beautiful.
Year of the Ninja.
Yeah, Ragebound came out in July 31st, and then Shinobi came out mid-August, I want to say. And I almost feel like maybe folks are losing sight over Ninja Gaiden over Shinobi. I know Shinobi's reviewed just as well, if not better, than this one. But I feel like this Ninja Gaiden Ragebound is pretty awesome game.
And this is coming from someone who played the demo and was like, I don't like it.
Yeah, so like we played it during the Steam Next Fest, right? And like the graphics, I thought the first impressions of it were the graphics are great, music was jamming. I like the concept of it. I love how it's a throwback to the NES style Ninja Gaiden, which I never beat, but I got pretty deep into it. But when I played the demo, I felt the controls felt off, didn't feel quite as tight, didn't feel like as snappy. But when I saw the reviews for the full release come out, and it was hitting, I think, 84 on Metacritic, which is quite high for something like this, I had to give it a shot. And when I played it, instantly fell in love with the controls. So like I'm really surprised how much I enjoyed Ragebound, and I'm surprised I actually finished it. I haven't been really good with finishing games lately, but I actually beat this one, so I'm pretty impressed.
You're on a roll, but we'll talk about the other game you finished at a later date. But
you know what he's not on a roll with?
He's not playing Sisypheans, but he is playing something else.
I made progress. Okay, I made progress. We got past the title screen. Silk Song released.
He did quit his game. He did say start. But that's beside the point. I did play this also in the demos for Next Fest after it was mentioned. I love the pixel art that they did. retro inspired podcast, so retro inspired game is always something
Yeah.
that really kind of pulls us in. And for all the accidental wall grab that Sinistar had to struggle through with me streaming that on Twitch, I like Ninja Gaiden. I thought that it's a pretty great game. It's not without its blemishes, as most of those retro games on the NES are. But this one, just like Jake said, super smooth controls. Um, I thought a lot of the gimmicks in it were really neat. And it was real straightforward, and it didn't feel like there was a lot of thought that needed to be put into it. I think I beat this game in 8 hours,
Yeah.
and I played it a lot on my Steam Deck. Plays great on the Steam Deck. I just played it downstairs, like in between, I don't know, watching my mother's murder documentaries because she happened to be in town at the time. We'd figure out who murdered somebody 18 years ago, and then I'd do a couple rounds of Ragebound because that just seems like the perfect combination of things.
And it released
Wolf,
on everything, right? Like it released
yeah,
on not just PS5 and Xbox, whatever it is now, but also
mhm,
PS4. There's
mhm,
also a Switch version, although I heard the Switch version is not 60 frames per second for some
that's
reason.
correct.
But yeah, it's released on pretty much every console, and of course, it's on Steam.
So I'm here to play active audience because I have not played this, and I did not play this during Next Fest.
Mhm,
Um, Now I do want to point out my favorite Next Fest game just got released, Antivirus Protocol.
okay.
Anyway, um, but my question is watching this footage, how does it feel compared to the Messenger?
You know what? I'm gonna lean to Wolf on this one
Yeah.
because Wolf is a massive Messenger fan, and he has a different feeling than Jake and I do about.
No, as far as the platforming, moving through the levels and stuff, that mechanically, it feels quite a bit like the Messenger, honestly. Right off the
Okay.
bat, you're running around, you're knocking. Like I love the fact that you can hit projectiles out of the air instead of just having to avoid them straight out. It makes you feel more badass, and it makes you feel less vulnerable to everything, right?
Yeah.
Mhm,
And they made use of it as a mechanic to where you need to use that sometimes to keep going.
mhm.
But yeah, compared to the Messenger, I would say mechanically it's pretty similar as far as movement goes.
Okay.
Yeah. In terms of
And
tight
I
controls, yeah.
really liked that. Like
Yeah.
when I played the Messenger, everybody was like, it's like Ninja Gaiden. No, I, I don't like the original Ninja Gaiden.
Right.
The Messenger does not move like Ninja Gaiden. It
No, it
might
doesn't.
give you it might move like you remembered it moving if you last played it 35
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
Fair,
I
but
was
it
gonna say
doesn't.
I never felt the pain of
Yeah.
accidental wall grab in the
Mhm.
Messenger.
Yes.
Yeah. So I am not a fan of the original Ninja Gaiden. I understand it's a solid game for the NES. It is not aged well.
No.
This is a great update to that. And I want to point out something that I just think is kind of funny because I've always thought it was weird that it was called Ninja Gaiden, which translates to Ninja Side Story, but it
Okay.
was the only game, right? Like it wasn't a spin-off of something else.
Maybe they were
Mm,
prepping for this.
And then this is finally the actual side story to
okay.
the original
Okay.
Ninja
True.
Gaiden. So
Yeah.
this is going on in
Well,
in
Yeah.
tandem with
it's just super meta.
It
yeah.
definitely is. It definitely lives in its own lineage, I guess you could call it. Because I mean, you're not Ryu Hayabusa in this one. You see him, he comes in, you talk with him, you're part of the Hayabusa clan.
Yeah, you're his
But
younger brother, I think.
I think so.
Kenji?
But you
Is that
dip
his name?
he Kenji, I think that's his name.
Yeah.
And he dips out. I think honestly, I think it's the start of the original game. At least that's what it feels like to me, because he goes
Yeah.
to the States to go deal with his father, which is what starts Ninja Gaiden 1. And you stay back here to protect the clan and deal with all the demons that are coming through this area. Um, and like it just right out and running. You start the game out, you're doing a little training, you're getting, you got your tutorials, so you're learning the controls, you're jumping around, you're doing all kinds of cool shit. And then you're just thrown in the thick of it. You just Ryu's
Yeah.
like, peace out, I gotta go to the United States, and then you go and do your thing and you're running around doing your shit. And it's fun. It's a
So
lot of fun.
so my question is, since Ninja Gaiden translates to Ninja Side Story, Was it called Ninja Gaiden or something Gaiden in Japan?
I thought it was, but I'm not
I
sure. I
think
don't know if
so.
I know that one.
Somebody want to check their Mind Palace?
I'm doing that right now.
So while you're doing that, I liked how this one starts off with you do play Ryu's dad in the orange garb from the original NES game. The NES game was always iconic because of the opener, right? With the two ninjas running at each other. You actually start the game playing as the orange ninja, the character's father. And he only has a limited move set. But that's the intro. And then you move into the tutorial where you play the younger brother Ryu or his clanmate.
Kenji.
Yeah, Kenji. And it's that opening was pretty awesome. And I think this was made by, was it the Game Kitchen, the guys who did Blasphemous? And the pixel art was so great in Blasphemous, and it's just same here. Like, it looks so good. They captured the opening just
it looks
perfectly.
Great.
Yeah.
I wanted to say that didn't the people that did this do the Ninja Turtle beat 'em up, the Shredder's Revenge too?
No, that's
I thought that was .emu.
So the publisher of this one is .emu as well, but the developer of Shredder's Revenge was somebody else. I'd have to look it up.
Oh, okay.
For some reason I thought it was a similar thing, but okay.
No, these folks
just
did
because
did Blasphemous 1 and 2. That's as far as I know all they've done.
And I had played Blasphemous. That's a fun game.
we were curious. So Ninja Gaiden was the original Japanese working title, but when it was released, it was called Ninja Ryukenden, which translates to Legend of the Ninja Dragon Sword.
Makes more sense.
So not a side story.
No. Yes,
Yeah.
it was in America. So it's a side story over here.
I mean, to be fair, I think maybe when it came to America, like Gaiden sounds cool.
It
Ninja
does
Gaiden sounds.
It does.
dope.
Yeah.
But what I love about this is the story that we're presented in this feels like it overshadows the original story. Like it feels, what I saw of it felt like the stakes were higher than what Ryu is dealing with in the original Ninja Gaiden. So now it actually makes that feel like it's the side story.
Maybe that was the purpose. Again, they were just saving it up.
They were just being real meta with it.
Yeah.
They were like in 30 years time.
They were like George Lucas planning out the first 3 Star Wars. They're like, listen, we're gonna do these 3 first, but
they're actually
30
4,
years
5, and 6.
2025, we're gonna make the real story, and the side story will make sense. Don't worry about it. It'll all just make sense.
We're gonna make the real story, and it's gonna suck.
Like, does this tie it all into the 3D Ninja Gaiden games? I never played those. Is there, besides having the cameo of Ryu, or no?
To be fair, I just thought they were like reimaginized versions of those ones.
That's what I thought too. I assumed it was a reboot of the franchise.
Yeah.
Because the weird thing with Ninja Gaiden on the NES, and also in this game as well, is that there's a lot more demons and dealing with hell than I thought there would be, right? This game is all about fighting an army of demons and crazy creatures. And like the NES version, the bosses were all demon-like, but the in-between characters you're fighting, the enemies you're fighting are more like humanoid. It's just the bosses that are weird. But this game, you're fighting demons from start to finish. It's interesting.
I mean, maybe they were trying to focus some of the demon stuff. It just with 8 bits, you can only depict so many men with large heads, that look like, chompers.
The 3D series was a reimagining of the NES games.
Yes.
Okay. And hard as hell.
Oh man. Yeah. No, there's no joke on those ones. Those ones are difficult as shit. Rough time with those guys. But they were fun regardless. But towards the end, I think I would like to think that the first Ninja Gaiden games, or at least the 3D ones later on, were my introduction into Soulsborne's games, because that just beat my head against the wall playing that one, and I just never finished it. But so
man,
anyways,
the art looks so good in this.
It's stellar. The artwork is stellar.
Yeah.
It's smooth. It's clean. And a lot of the boss fights there's a lot of cool mechanics and some fun stuff. But we could talk about the mechanics here, because you're not just playing as Kenji. You actually have a secondary person, in a sense, that joins you later on. Someone check their Mind Palace, because I cannot remember her name to save my life.
It's the Black Spider Clan. It's a rival
Black
ninja
Spider
clan.
Clan lady, but I cannot remember her actual name. But she essentially joins you. I'm trying to figure out how to say stuff without spoiling too much. So
Komori.
she joins you.
Komori. Yeah.
Komori, thank you. And obviously, for those who know, the Hayabusa clan and the Black Spider clan do not get along very well at all together. They kind of hate each other. but they are forced to work together to get out of a sticky situation, and they both have a vested interest in dealing with these demons. So they work together to basically progress in the story. There's some really cool side stuff that it's not side stuff. There's puzzles that you have to solve in the game using both characters to navigate certain aspects of the game, which I thought were really cool because the original Ninja Gaidens that I remember don't have any of those kinds of cool jumping puzzle aspects that have this kind of feel to it. It's really hard to explain because there's a lot of Ninja Gaiden jumping puzzles. That's all Ninja Gaiden is, freaking jumping puzzles until your eyes bleed out of your head. But this one just added a really cool feature to it that I thought really
Right.
made it more spicy and fun to play.
So the original NES games, I mean, they're definitely platformers, right? A lot of
Yeah.
flipping off of walls back and forth and dodging attacks. But you're right. This one
Cursing
has
at birds.
yeah, fucking the birds. The birds are bad in this one too, which is
Yeah, they
faithful, I
were.
guess. But yeah, in this one, I guess the mechanic is once she joins you and you're the dual characters, you can't switch at will. There's certain demon terminal things, and when you step on that, you switch to her, and you have a time limit to do a platforming section. And some of those are kind of a big fuck you.
Yes,
I'll
they
say
can be.
because what the way the mechanic is, you can extend the timer if you hit the eyeballs to give yourself more time. But there's a few later on in the game where you kind of have to like quickly run and drop, and then as you're falling, hit an eyeball to teleport to another platform. And some of those were quite challenging. Like this game is, like we've said, is difficult, but pretty satisfying. Although I wish there's a hair more timer on her platforming segments. Some of them were kind of rough, but it was neat.
No, there's definitely like skinnier teeth kind of finishes.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask. I only got to stage 3, 4. How many chapters are there?
8?
It's 4, but then there's like 18 missions. I think it's chapter 4 is
Yes,
quite long.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
But
so
it's not a
I
long
played
game.
through quite a bit of the game.
Yeah, it's not long. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no brag on saying I beat it in 8 hours. It's just
Yeah.
not that long. It really
Like I
isn't.
was
Yeah, no, I
6
just-
I think I
hours,
spent
but
like
I
4
didn't.
hours on the damn boss. So
Yeah.
technically I beat it in 5 hours.
Yeah,
Just-
it was 6 hours for me, but I didn't do any of the optional stuff really. I think I did one of because there's unlockable challenge missions. I think I did one of those, but I didn't really bother
I kept doing all those as they came along.
yeah, I just did the one.
So how come you didn't finish it? What made you bounce off it?
It
The
sounds like you went into
bosses-
side quest hell. Sorry.
The platforming stages I really enjoy. Some of them are a little long and drawn out.
Yeah.
And I understand why they did that. Like the introduction stage for Komori was pretty long and a little drawn out and felt like it was dragging by the end of it. But I get why, because they're introducing you to a second character at that point and her moveset. And so, it's treated as get you up to speed with this moveset as well. So that way you're ready for it once they're paired.
Right.
But there were other stages that I felt just went on a little long. There's a bit much to each stage. It's a weird complaint, I know, but if a stage takes longer than like 15, 20 minutes, that's a little long for my liking. When
Fair.
it's a level-based game, because it's not a Metroidvania game. It's not just wander, find shit, and do things, and then save at your leisure. You're done.
Start here, in here,
It's-
start here, in here.
Yeah. So you have to have a window of time to be able to do stuff. And I mean, it's only 15, 20 minutes some stages are only 5, 10. But when you're faced with a stage that's like 20 minutes long and then the boss fight takes you like 24 attempts to beat, you're looking at a 40-minute set down for one stage. That's a bit much.
I totally feel that. I've been reading some books where it's like some chapters are like 5, 6, 7 pages. And like, you're like, okay, I can sit down for 10 minutes and read a chapter. Right. And so like, I've gotten used to like, I'm going to sit down and read a chapter. Well, some of them are like 30-page chapters. And you're like, well, I guess I'm just going to like walk away in the middle of this.
This isn't what I thought I was signing up for.
Yeah.
Yay,
Yeah.
no
And-
resolution. Huzzah.
Yeah.
And
So
honestly, I almost didn't beat that last boss that I was fighting because I was like, I just don't want to be doing this anymore. I would rather save and walk away, but I can't save here. I quit and have to do it all again.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do that. So I
powered
toughed it
through.
out
Yeah.
and beat that boss, which I felt relied a little too much on the RNG aspects, and
Which one?
then I
I
just
gotta
put
know.
the game down.
Yeah, which one?
It's the boss on 3-4. The dude that like jumps around and shoots the needles at the wall and the floor,
Oh, like
and
the
you have to hit the
monster?
needles to weaken him. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, he was tough. I think there's a few bosses that took me honestly, more than a dozen attempts to kind of get through. And I totally hear you on, you're already doing a 10 to 15 minute long level. And then if you want to bail on a boss, you have to start all the way from the beginning again if you come back to it. And I did that a few times where I gave up on a boss and I came back and I start all the way from the beginning. And some of those stages were pain.
Yeah. And
Go ahead.
I'm not going to complain about having a boss at the end of a stage. That's fine. But when the stage is long and the boss is long, that's,
Yeah.
it's coming at you from both sides and it's a little rough.
Yeah, I'm bringing up one boss I had trouble with initially. It's a demon lady, and she was just hectic. Like the first phase is fine, but then by the second phase, she's dropping these ice spikes into the ground, 3 of them, and then if you don't knock them out fast enough, they do lightning strikes, and ball lightning hits the floor, and you have to hop over it. And that was my big complaint when I played the demo, is the game is very frantic, very busy. And
Yes.
I guess we didn't really mention it, but once you get merged with the Spider Clan lady, you end up having almost you have 2 forms of energy you can harness, right? There's certain enemies on the screen that flash blue, and then there's certain ones that flash pink.
Mhm.
And the idea is, while you're playing the game, there's certain enemies that are super strong, but you can one-shot them if you can match the correct type of energy to hit them. So usually there'll be an enemy with a giant shield and a spike ball or something, and he's blue. So if you hit a weaker enemy that's flashing blue, you gain the blue energy, which you can one-shot the big baddie. And that's the whole loop of the game. Is as you're like speeding through the levels very quickly, you're looking for those big baddies, find the matching color on a minion, and then trying to do it all in one even flow. But the bouncing between the pink and the blue energy types, because pink is your sub weapon, right? Like throwing stars, or whatever, and blue is the regular attack.
Just your sword, yeah.
Yeah, and trying to balance it out became very hectic, especially towards some of the bosses that use both. I felt was kind of it took a lot to get used to, I guess. But once you get into the groove of it, it's really fun. Like we didn't really mention the when you were talking about the messenger before, Wolf, and the controls. The thing about the messenger that I liked the most was the cloud step, where you hit an enemy, you could do a second jump. We don't have that here, but we do have I think it's the Reaper hit, where you basically bounce off enemies as you go.
Yeah.
And it doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it's just fun bouncing through the enemies and projectiles with the Reaper hit. And I was doing that a lot of that in the bosses. And I find that's for the boss you got stuck on. I was doing a lot of that bounce to avoid projectiles or to avoid ground attacks. I just wish it did more damage, I guess.
Yeah. I think there's the cybernetic turtle boss was kind of a pain in the ass. Looks like he's wearing a VR headset. And he's a little bit later. And then the final boss had me this close to like, I'm gonna put this fucking thing down. This is some bullshit. Like there's a one-shot move that the final boss can do to you, and I could not figure out the timing for it, and it was just driving me crazy. I did everything else almost flawlessly, and I'd get to that section and he would do his build up thing, and I didn't realize that you had to time it at a certain way or do like a certain thing to time it, and he'd just kill me every time. And I was like, I'm gonna throw this Steam Deck across my room. I swear to God.
Yeah. Can we talk to developers right now? We have such a big following. Developers are
let's
listening
reach
to
out
us
to
all the time.
Yeah.
But developers, please, single shot kills after you have built up over time all of your abilities, all of your that. I'm gonna say it's fucking stupid.
It's rough. It's definitely a hockey stick, because you can get him down to like a quarter of your life, and that's when it happens, or a quarter of his life, and that's when it happens. And you're like,
Yeah.
what do I do? Like I was screaming. My mom's sitting next to me because they're visiting from out of town. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And she's like, what's wrong?
It's just
Like, what
ninja
am I
thing.
doing? I'm gonna take a walk.
You're like, I'm trying to solve this murder.
I'm trying to kill people, Mom.
Well,
Trying to get on your show.
What got me was you do have a special attack, like you have a special meter you can build up through the
Mhm.
stage, and it does a massive amount of damage. trying, and you can only do it once, maybe twice in a stage, and I always try and save it for the boss. And I always like to do it as the final attack on a boss, because as the boss's health bar gets whittled down, after it hits a halfway point, it has a second phase, which is even more harder. Mecha Turtle. Wolf is showing
Cybernetic turtle, you say?
No, that's not. Yeah. It's not Buckethead.
But the second phase of bosses is pretty challenging. So I try and use the Uber attack then. But like sometimes you just got to use it early. But trying to pick your battles is interesting. But some of those bosses are nuts. I'm glad it was only 6 hours to get through this game. I don't think I would have the patience to kind of go through a much longer game. And like I still feel like you still get your money's worth out of this title. Like it's still a fair amount of game. Like what was this game? Is it $30, $25?
Yeah, I think it was about $29.99 on Steam, American USD. I think it was worth every penny, to be honest with you. So here. Yep. No, it's $24.99 on Steam here in the States. So it and like Jake said, like even after, I mean, it plays what you would think like a side-scrolling retro NES game would play for that amount of time. And there's definitely some hockey sticks in there, but I didn't think the hockey stick was so bad to the point where I was like, fuck this, I'm deleting it, never playing it again.
Yeah.
It was, but I felt very successful towards the end of it. I don't know. It felt really good. It was real smooth throughout. I really liked the boss battles. For most of the aspect of the boss battles were cool. Once you figured it out, because it's all about the patterns, right? It's all about, like Jake said, it's finding the pinks, switching to the pinks, switching to the blues, getting them knocked out, hitting them a couple times, and then learning their patterns of the whole thing. And me and my stupid Soulsborne brain sees those patterns, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, okay, here's a pattern here that's working. It's the one shots where there's not really a pattern. Like once I've done the pattern stuff, and now I have to, beat on this one section of this dude to get to the weak spot to make it work or whatever, then that shit just drives me, because there's no pattern to it. There's nothing that I can mitigate to make that better. There's with the patterns, you'd be like, okay, he's gonna do this. I got 1, 2, 3, 1, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just easier to do that. But some of these one shots were ridiculous. But Jake's got on the screen for audio listeners, he's showing off one of the demon puzzles where you use the girl to jump around using your kunais to attack the eyes and teleport all over the place. This game is fast, and I think that's one of the things I really enjoyed about was the speed of the game. There was no lulls in this game whatsoever.
Yeah, there's no point where I thought I had to slow down. I was constantly moving to the right, constantly moving.
Yep.
Yeah, for me, the Kumori sections were my favorite.
Because of platforming, right?
Yeah.
There's some, you feel pretty cool when you're falling, shooting, teleporting, falling, teleporting, falling, teleporting.
Yeah, when you
and then you get to a platform, you're like, yeah, I'm fucking badass. Like, makes you feel really cool when you finally nail it. But of course, it takes me 2,000 times because I'm not real great at platforming at all. You can give me a boss all day, I'll beat the shit out of the bosses. You give me 3 platforms I need to teleport to, I'm gonna be there for a couple hours.
You realize 2,000 is 2,000?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Math is fun.
Chard math. Yeah.
I really like people to think when they come to our episodes.
One of the things about this game too is that there is sub weapons, kind of like the original Ninja Gaiden, right? Where in that game you pick them up and constantly change throughout the stage. And this one you actually unlock them and equip them. Did you guys use any of those? I really only used the kunais. I tried the other ones. I didn't really care for them.
Yeah, I tested them, but I think I was playing with them for so long that I was used to what they did, that when I changed it, I was like, no, this does not have flow that I'm used to. I'm used to this flow.
I think I stayed with the kunais too. I used the healing one.
I kicked that thing out because it's like, I can't do that. I was like, Jake, I can't do the extra damage at the end to like, because you can time it. You're like, okay, I know it will take out this much of his health if I just get it down to that far. I fire that thing off. We're good. We're golden. We're moving on. But I had the healing thing and forgot. So it's like, yes, he's gonna go down, and no, I'm healing. No, this is not what I meant to do. And then one thing led to another.
Okay, so I'm looking at what's on the screen right now. So if you're listening to the audio podcast, there's a scene where you apparently hang from a helicopter and fight enemies. And you know what?
Yeah.
On a train.
Fucking sold.
Yeah.
Like,
No, this game is really good. It really, really is, and it's fun. It's got the challenges that you would expect a Ninja Gaiden game to have, but it's not challenges in the jank. Like Ninja
Right.
Gaiden might have been challenging because, like you said, so much wall grab, accidental wall grab every 10 seconds.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of invincibility frames in this either, but you don't really need them. And the knockback doesn't seem like as punishing as it
Well,
does in the original.
you recover.
And you
That's
can also
why.
attack,
Yeah.
right. And you can also attack projectiles coming at you, and you can use that Reaper move
Yeah.
to like fling you forward or to get you out of a tight spot. It's really cool. The mechanics feel awesome. And I was very much kind of like, nah, this might be fun for like a couple hours to play, like just to kill some time when I'm not scaring myself with Chronos or, playing a stupid Soulsborne game. Let's do this. And I really took to it. I took to it a lot faster than I thought I was going to. I was
Yeah.
really impressed with, and the price, you can't beat the price point on something like this.
Yeah. And
I
like
don't
when
know
you,
if you guys felt like this, but I thought in the early stages before your meet up with Komori,
Mhm.
I felt like those were retraining people who love Ninja Gaiden to these mechanics because they
Yes.
put
Yeah.
you up against circumstances that you experience in the original game.
Mhm.
But it's like, but this is how the mechanics work here. Get used to it because
Yeah.
that's what you need to know this time, which
Right.
I thought was really cool.
Yep.
yeah, it
There's
definitely leads you
definitely
into it over
yeah.
time, right? Like where you're when you're crawling across the ceiling, or whether you're dodging beams or dodging tripwires. Like it definitely gradually brings you into mechanics. Like even in the beginning when you're not even playing the blue guy, you're playing the father character, the grandfather character, or in the Orange Ninja, where you only have half the moveset, and then you have the tutorials. It definitely holds your hand for the first few stages, but once you unlock all the abilities, there's just so much happening on the screen, and you have to
Yeah.
enter this zen-like state as you move through the
Yes.
stages. But like the iframes, yes, you get hit and get knocked back, but if you hit the attack button, you recover. So even when
Yeah.
I'm like flying through the levels, even if you take damage and get hit, I'm instantly hitting attack to recover and backflip and then get right back into the flow. I never felt like there's downtime at all in this game, and you're just flying
Yep.
through the stages. The only downtime is when you die in a boss. But
Right.
you made a good point. Like you never feel like it's jank. If you die because you missed a platform, you know why you fell off that platform.
You fucked it up. Yeah.
You fucked it
Yeah.
up. You know why
Yeah.
you died to a boss, because you didn't learn the pattern and you fucked it up, or you got
Right.
greedy. You got greedy and you tried hitting more than you should have, which is a problem.
Gear down, big rig.
that's right.
Yeah, no, I got angry at the bosses. The gameplay itself I thought was really solid, and I think they did a great job.
Yeah.
I couldn't hang with the bosses. They were pissing me off.
Yeah,
And
there are
like
some ones out there that are really, really shitty.
for anybody who's like thinking like, oh, $25, it's 6-hour game. I know Silksong just came out as well, and that's $20, and that's a much longer game. But to give this game some credit, first off, it's gorgeous. Like the pixel art
Yeah.
is amazing.
Yes.
The gameplay is very
very.
fun. But there is multiple endings you can unlock. There's multiple costumes you can unlock if you're into that. Every stage has challenges you can do. I only got a handful of them as I played through the game. Like things like don't take damage, killing the boss with a special attack, killing a certain number of enemies. Like there's challenges to get a ninja ranking for everything. There's also a hard mode. I don't know. Did you guys try the hard mode at all? Wolf, you probably
No, I
didn't.
just this game's hard enough on
No.
its own.
It's
I'm
I
good.
dipped into it a little bit. It's neat in that it's a real hard mode in that it adds more enemies and more obstacles to the screen, to the game and the stages, to the point where the tutorial area in the hard mode is just covered in spikes.
Jesus.
So I would
Wow.
like to try it to see if I could do it,
Yeah.
because that seems to be even more frantic. But it seems interesting. So there is a lot of game there to go through, and there's unlockable stuff. I didn't do many of the challenge stages. I did I think 1 or 2, and that's what lets you unlock passives you can equip. I think Wolf, you probably unlocked more than I did with those.
Yeah, because I kept doing the extra stages, so I unlocked a bunch of different stuff. I think I had like 4 or 5
Yeah,
of the pink abilities that I could swap out, like instead of healing.
Hmm.
But I preferred the healing. I tried a few of them.
yeah.
And some of the other passives, a lot of them were like, just make the game harder. And I was like, no, I'm
Yeah.
not interested.
Yeah.
Yes.
There are
Yeah.
a few that are like take away your life or make it a one-hit kill or something stupid where you're like, man.
But it's neat because
Come
that gives
on.
you a higher ninja rank. So if you're trying to
Sure.
challenge yourself, you can customize the difficulty, right? The other side of
Not
this
Yeah,
too
I
was
mean, I
masochist,
appreciate-
though. I want to finish
I
it.
appreciate that they let the player tweak the difficulty to their heart's content.
Yes.
yeah.
Like
To
that's awesome.
extremes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like a 90-degree hockey stick. Like it's
because it also has
insane.
accessibility settings, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
And
So
those are
I mean,
great.
you can tune it to however you feel like and enjoy the game the way you want to enjoy it.
Right.
And I know some people complain about, oh, that should be tuned how the developers want it to be played. Yeah, leave it at normal.
Yeah,
Otherwise, if you want it harder or easier, tweak it to your heart's content. It's
Yeah.
got something for everybody.
I think we need to have at some point, we've talked about having our gatekeeping episode,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
And
we had one not too long
yeah.
ago with the Erd tree, but I mean, it's a similar vein where it's like, make it just. I like accessibility as much as the next guy, but I also like things to be a little challenging as well. But
Yeah.
some people
I-
like to play for the story first
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the difficulty second,
Honestly,
right?
The
I want
story is the
people-
only thing I wanted to play this game for. When I was frustrated out of the game, I was like, I still want to know the story,
Yeah.
but I don't want to deal with those boss fights anymore.
I want to have discussions about these games that are difficult because their stories are usually generally pretty damn good. But if nobody wants to play them because it's too hard and you can't adjust to make it so that somebody else can finish it, then I just sit here by myself to be like, hey guys, you play that
Yeah.
Erd tree game, and you're like, no, because it's fucking hard and I don't want to play that shit. I'm like, but its story is so good. And you're like, I don't care.
Yeah. A bunch of you guys in the Discord have been playing the crap out of Silk Song. I think Jake beat it yesterday, and I haven't played it since a day or two after we recorded that episode.
Yeah.
Well, and
thing-
I shared.
I went to a
the
different
article.
Metroidvania entirely and beat it.
Yeah.
I shared that article that basically said Silk Songs put the first area in because they realized people were gonna just hit a wall.
Yeah. Fucking more wing. Get fucked, nerd.
That's
Well,
ridiculous.
and that's like a tough ass game. To be honest with you, I'm surprised they beat it. I'm really surprised because I don't consider myself to be that great at video games. But Silk Song, much like Ninja Gaiden, it's all about the patterns, right? Memorize the boss patterns, and then it kind of fits into place. And I do like the platforming sections, and it feels similar to this, but much harder game. But it's just it's not like in Silk Song, when you get hit, you take 2 damage half the time, which is ass, right? And like, especially if you're not great at these kind of games, or if you're trying to play with a wireless controller, and lag is an issue with Silk Song. It's so frustrating. Or at least in this, if I wanted to, I could knock the damage down 50%. And that's great to give people that option. And I dig games that do that accessibility menu. I wish every game did it. Like Silk Song, I get what the developers are coming at from that. But if they added an accessibility menu, I think that game would have even more of a shelf life.
I would finish it. I'd go back and finish it.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. It's the same thing. It's just like you said, like Ragebound. It's the same thing with the patterns and the bosses. But for some reason, maybe Ragebound is faster, and the fastness makes my brain match its speed or something. But I'm playing Silk Song, and the goddamn bosses are doing the same shit, and I cannot beat them. I cannot figure it out, and I'm watching it, but I feel so frantic, and I don't know if it's because it feels slower, that my brain is working slower. I don't understand why Silk Song is a challenge, but this was not. I don't understand that.
I think for me, Silk Song, while it's a lot faster than Hollow Knight, it's still a little slower than I prefer my games in terms of Hornet's movement. And so that messes with me. I think I died on Morwing like 20 times and walked away from the game.
And maybe I have.
That's what happened.
Because I've been playing it on my Steam Deck through Moonlight and Sunlight, and it felt pretty good. I have not played it outside of that app, so I don't know if maybe I'm running into some latency or whatever. And I played Ninja Gaiden straight off of the deck because it was already unlocked and compatible. So
Ninja Gaiden is more forgiving. It's when you get hit Ninja Gaiden, it's not like you can still keep going, and there's enough health pickups as you play that it doesn't matter so much. And there's one passive I equipped almost immediately, which was refills your health fully when you hit a checkpoint. That was a game changer for the game. I never would have beaten this game without that passive. Because like when you hit a checkpoint and you have half your health left, it's almost like, why? And Silk
Yeah,
Song
why am
doesn't
I here?
have that. There's healing, yeah, but it's not as often as Ninja Gaiden, right? So
Yeah, and the
that was the
and
difference.
I think the biggest difference is probably what you've mentioned is the corpse running in like Silk Song
Yeah,
and games like Silk
because
Song.
it is a Metroidvania, right? It's not.
Yeah.
It's Ninja Gaiden is
Yeah.
not a Metroidvania. It's
It's not a
stages. It's
Metroidvania
much
No.
more
at all. Nope.
digestible, mostly.
And that's probably why it's better because I'm actually progressing. I can feel myself progressing, but games like Silk Song that are the Metroidvanians where I die and I have to start way the hell back wherever I was, I get frustrated because I'm like, I gotta go all the way fucking back over there.
Yeah.
But at least Ninja Gaiden, it's like, oh, I'm at the checkpoint. Okay,
You're
cool.
right
I'll
at the
just
boss. Yeah,
yeah,
you
I'll go
can
right back to the
bang your
boss
head
and
against
try
that
again.
wall of the boss for 30 minutes if you want to.
Right. And I was camping outside of the final boss's house for a while. They were gonna call the cops on me and tell me get off his yard because I would not leave until I got that guy down.
So
That shit was insane.
it is funny. So you beat Ninja Gaiden on the NES? Have you played it recently?
Yes. No, I haven't played it in a couple, probably a year or two now. Yeah.
Because like I cannot beat the NES game. I've tried so
Yeah.
many times.
No.
I get to stage 6-3 or 6-4 right at the end, and I can't
Yeah,
fucking do it. But this game, I beat this game no
that's
problem.
everybody's wall. That's everybody's wall grab.
It's so weird.
Sensor was with me when we beat it.
Yeah,
I think
well-
it took me like 15 days straight of
Yeah,
4 to 6
since-
hours of gameplay. Like it was not like I'm just gonna walk through this and get it done. It took
Sinstress
me a long time.
noted in YouTube so much
So
wall
much wall
grab.
grab, lots of wall grab.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
seriously, I know Sinstress and I, this was at our old house, we would be watching on the couch sitting next to each other, and we're like, Jesus, why doesn't he just give this fucking game up?
Nope, because I'm charred headed and I
'Cause
can't
he's
do it.
charred headed.
Man,
Yeah,
'cause I won't do it.
It's on my short list of games I feel like I should beat because I get so far in it, but and it kills me in the NES game. It forces you to walk away because it's infinite continues, right? This
Mhm.
game is similar. It forces you to walk away. You can continue as much as you want at the checkpoint, and you can bang your head against that boss. But when you walk away, you're starting the beginning of the stage again. But it's
Yeah.
just, yeah.
My
it's weird.
gambling problem isn't money; it's Ninja Gaiden. at the
No,
moment.
your gambling problem is this fucking boss that keeps beating me.
I'm figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out, guys. That's all you hear. I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
My mom's
And
like,
the worst
well-
part is if
figure
you're
it out."
trying to find the secrets on those long stages with a boss that kicks your ass. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Like you better hope you got it all the first time because
Yep.
Yeah. I don't think I ever want to go back into a stage once I beat it. Like I'm curious about the hard mode,
I
but I
did a
don't think I'd want to
few.
repeat it. Yeah.
and I liked the hidden stages. I don't know what they referred to them as, but the unlockable stages that were like side Bs kind of things.
Yeah.
It's like you'd collect the file or something and it unlocked
map.
like a
The map pieces,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you find the map scroll and then you get a new stage. And I always went for those map scrolls and always went for those stages because I really liked those stages. They were more challenging
Yeah.
platforming stages.
not the boss. So.
They didn't come with a boss. They were just
Yep.
harder than the A side version of the stage, you know?
Right. The deep cuts, the B sides.
Yeah.
Love it.
Well, I don't know what else to call them because it
No,
like
you're
flips the map dark and kind of
I
goes
love
like
it.
it's a B side.
Yeah,
That's
no, I
what
love it.
what's it called?
Celeste?
Celeste called them. Yeah.
Yeah,
B-sides?
B-sides.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a great game. I like when I finished it, there's two things I did when I beat Ninja Gaiden. I reinstalled the Messenger, which I always do. Whenever I play a Ninja game, I go back to Messenger and compare it. I still like
Never
Messenger
gonna
more.
get Half-Life done. Jesus.
No, the Messenger's so good though, so fucking good. But then I also installed Blasphemous because Blasphemous was on my list of games I wanted to try out.
Yeah, I have.
So I checked it out because it's the same
That game's
developer.
hard as shit.
But man, these games, they could not be more different than Ninja Gaiden. The Blasphemous combat
absolutely.
versus Ninja Gaiden, one is slow, methodical, and then Ninja Gaiden is just sonic
Chaos.
speed. And
Yeah.
I could not get into Blasphemous after playing Ninja Gaiden.
Blasphemous is very much a slow grind, and it is a pain.
Yeah.
in the
Jake,
ass.
you forgot the third thing you do when you beat a game.
You install.
You
Street
actually
Fighter.
start with a fist pump.
Okay.
Was that what we do? Yeah.
So what we do?
Well, it's retro, right? It's the 80s.
That's
The
right.
80s, yeah.
I just
And
thought
then
he,
freeze frame.
Yeah,
Freeze
freeze
frame.
frame.
Like it's the end of Breakfast Club all over.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. I just assume he uninstalled Street Fighter again. But
One of these days I'll beat it. One of these days.
Diamond rank.
Diamond rank.
Rank, baby.
Swear to
Diamond
God. Next year,
hands.
my goal is beating one stage of Dr. Mario. That's my goal next year. Keep it nice and simple.
Yeah.
Bring it down.
Next year, my Sisyphean goal is to uninstall 6 games.
You know what the
Throughout the
joke
year.
is? I've
Throughout
beaten
the
9 games this year so far. That's the most I've beaten in forever. I've actually been
But
knocking it out
none
of
of
the
the
park this
ones
year.
you picked
also
for the
have- I'm
homework.
No,
also
because
at
Half-Life 2
9.
sucks. I don't want.
No, it doesn't. It's an
He
amazing
hasn't
game.
even-
Whatever.
He hasn't even given it the moment,
No.
and he's like, "It sucks."
It's.
I played through the intro credits. I played
Yeah.
through the intro credits.
I was not wowed by the intro. What can I say?
Sinister and
good
I
Lord.
probably could have beaten that game 3 times by the time.
Well, I made it a quarter through in like 4 hours
Yeah.
when I was
yeah.
Yeah, but Silk Song's
Not
Not
really
gonna
good.
lie, I bought the orange box on the 360 back in the day and played that for an hour, and I was like, "This is not good."
Because you played on 360. That's why. Man, I fucking
Portal was
waited in
great.
line for that thing.
I think
Portal was
great.
amazing. I'm
Yeah.
talking about Half-Life 2.
Half-
I
Half-Life
know
2,
you.
not so
know.
much.
Half-Life
I
2 is
know.
phenomenal. I don't know what
You
that-
both are wrong. It's
fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Sinister, you and I will just sit here by ourselves enjoying what is.
I
yeah.
got time to beat it. Don't worry. It's fine. I got Socrates and Silk Song.
Well, you're gonna beat it. You're not gonna enjoy it. It's like talking
No.
about the Tron soundtrack that dropped
It's not
today.
the first game I've
It's not
beaten that I
that
don't
fun.
like. Remember Final
Not that
Fantasy
fun.
or whatever the fuck it was? It's Intergrade,
The one that you
something.
keep telling
you
me to
finish
buy,
that?
even though you won't
I
finish
did.
it.
Okay, so I finished the first one, but then
Finished the
the
first one.
part 2, which I don't even remember what the fuck the name is. I should install it
Sorry?
again.
You need to buy it. You need to buy this so
Rebirth.
we can be in misery together.
Rebirth.
I'm not buying the fucking game.
But you want to because you want to know the
No, I
story. You're
don't.
like me. You're
I
sick in the
don't.
head. You want to know where the
not
story's
care.
going to go
This
and how
is
they
the
fuck
one
with it.
game that FOMO has
Jake.
not attached itself to me.
Jake, I know where the story to Final Fantasy VII goes.
Yes.
You
I
think
beat
you
It
the
do?
came
original.
out in like 1993.
No, see if GP was here, he'd tell you how wrong you are because they changed things, and the
They
the
do.
start of Rebirth is
And
different
not
than the
for
original.
better. You know, I could paint this room from the nice navy blue that it is and make it,
No, wait.
I don't know, peppermint stripes. Does that make it better? Absolutely not.
I'm not saying
but
it's better.
changed.
Yeah,
Aren't they changing it in a way that like Aerith can see what happened in the original?
They're changing
so she
it in a
can
way
sort of, like,
that gets Square
have
more
an
money.
effect
That's
on the
all they're
world?
doing.
so I don't.
just-
That's the thing. I don't know
Changing the
because I
timeline.
haven't beaten Rebirth, and when I finished the first part, I was so confused. GP tried to explain it to us on the episode, and I was so fucking
He did.
confused. I still don't understand it. And the way they started Rebirth, and I'm not going to spoil it, but the way they started Rebirth was so not like the first game, the original game. And then it's open world a bit more, and then that's where it kind of lost me. But I feel like if I don't
And
play it
nothing
now,
you do matters
start
from
over.
the first game.
no, yeah, literally nothing matters. Like it's like I didn't need to play it. Like
It's like
just I
James
could have watched a YouTube
Hetfield
video.
wrote the song specifically because of these two
yeah,
games together.
I was going to say it's now
Nothing
a
else
Metallica
matters.
song.
Yeah.
It's now a Metallica song.
Anyway, but you should play Rebirth, Chard.
Into
You know
black.
you want to. You want to check out the story.
Jake is just killing it with his sales pitches this week.
Jesus. Well, we're obviously still talking about Ragebound.
Yeah, we're totally on target today.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
So-
No, I would go back and beat Ragebound before I pick up a Final Fantasy VII remake again. I know
would
that's a low
spend-
bar, but
Yeah,
I would
that's
spend
that's where I'm at.
I would spend the 4,000 hours that it would take me to beat Ragebound
Yeah.
instead of go play the remakes of Final Fantasy
Final
VII.
Fantasy VII, The Search for More
You know what?
Money.
You know what? Fuck it. I would go and I would play the original Final Fantasy VII 20 times.
But that's good. That
I
was
know.
fun.
I can't do that
was
one
anymore
okay.
either.
it's
Last
not
time
the
I tried,
same.
I fell asleep.
Yeah, it's
just like the
not
music.
aged well at all. But like some games, look, like this is why I'm surprised I beat Silk Song, because that was like almost 40 hours to get to the end of Act 2. And that's a long game. I like games that are under 10 hours because that means I can bang it out and talk
yeah,
about it.
yeah.
And that's
Oh,
why I
sure.
like Ninja Gaiden so much. Like it's short, but it's fun. I felt accomplished. The music is great. The game plays really fun. It's fun to play. And I could see myself reinstalling it a couple of years from now to try it again or to do hard mode or something. Like I think there's enough
feels
replay
good.
value. It's worth it for $25. Like
definitely a
why
smooth
not?
game. Yeah.
Right? Like
It's definitely
Yeah.
a smooth game and a good something that might, quench that appetite later on down the line after you've already finished it. It's funny because as I get older, doing the RPGs for so long and playing these fucking 80+ hour games, and it was just like, that's my life now. That's what I'm doing. And then I couldn't even get past all that stuff. And I treat these games like I treat my orders from Taco Bell, where I'm like, listen, you only need 2 burritos. That's it. You only need 2. And then I get there and I order fucking 5 things. And I'm like, I only needed 2. I really only needed 2. These are going to go to waste. And when I play these games that are 8 hours long altogether, I'm like, it would be really good if you add an extra 10 hours to that thing. No, it wouldn't. It would absolutely not be. You don't need 10 more hours.
Yeah.
This is perfect just the way it is. So, this is why I'm a fat fuck and why I never finish any of my games, because I want them to be longer.
That's interesting. Like, the longer a game is, honestly, the more interested I am in the potential of playing it,
Right.
but the more likely I am to fall off of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's because there's more time, right? There's more time to be like, this is horseshit. I mean, I keep talking about it, but it's a game I've been playing a lot recently. It's this Chronos games, and it feels real good. It's long, it's drawn out. It's not long, but it feels really drawn out. But it's engaging. It's engaging enough that I'm interested as what happens next. And it's the same thing with Silent Hill 2 remaster or remake, where I wanted to know what happened. Like, I would sit at work thinking about, oh, I wonder what's going to happen. Like, I would force myself to not go and watch or read or see anything, or I'd like watch a version of a game that I've already played just so I can like get that feeling. And I feel like Ragebound can have that same kind of thing, even though, we've already beaten it. But you kind of scratch that itch. I kind of want to play a high speed ninja fighting game. Let's fire that up again.
Well, I mean, think about Chrono Trigger. Like, to me,
Yeah.
Chrono Trigger is like
Scratches
the
that itch.
perfect length RPG. 20 something
Absolutely.
hours, 20-ish
Yeah.
hours.
14 if you know what you're doing.
Same way.
Right. But I
Right.
think I just looked it up. The average is 23 hours average. Or Earthbound. Earthbound's about the same, right?
Yep.
I mean, these are, I dare I say, bite-sized RPGs.
Yeah.
Right.
Claire Obscura did the same thing this
30
year.
hours. Yeah.
Same thing, 30 hours. And it was the perfect amount. When I was done, I could keep going and do a bunch of side stuff, or I could say, you know what, this is all I need to do.
To Wolf's point, to Wolf's point, the like the Persona games, I have like the idea of playing a Persona game is
250
extremely
hours.
entertaining to me. The
Yeah.
idea of playing it, and I've never bought a Persona game. Do you know why? Because it
you ain't
really
get-
opens up after 180
Yeah.
hours.
Sadly, that's what it is.
Yeah, I can't do the boss fights last a half hour. I can't do and I'll come back to that sort of conversation later when we get to our Sisyphean games. But yeah, like it. Final Fantasy 12 made me realize some things about the games I choose to play.
Yeah, it's a tough haul. But that's a Final Fantasy thing, because 16 was the same way. I got to the final boss of 16, and it felt like a 2-hour fight. And I'm not even. And this is an action ARPG, so it's not turn based. You are moving around, you are slashing, you are casting spells. Everything is happening there. And I swear to God, I was late to work the next day because I fucking stayed up too late, because I thought, oh, this should be 45 minutes at the absolute latest.
Here I thought Charles
No.
late to work because he's got like the Steam Deck in one hand and
Oh
he's
my
driving
God.
to work
Oh,
in the
don't do
other.
that.
Oh,
Still-
Jesus. No,
Still doing the boss fight from the night before.
I was
How
like,
long is that game?
It was long.
Yeah.
FF16, great game, fantastic game, really cool cinematics, a lot of fun. But God damn, I'm getting to the age, guys, where I could die before I finish one of these games. You know what I mean? Like, that's the
George
risk
R.
that's
Martin,
involved.
the game playthrough.
Yeah, like
The risk is there.
death is closer to me than possibly the ending to any new Final Fantasy game. At this point, this is how bad. These are the things I think of. It's either the Beatus or I'm going to finish this game. One of these games is going to kill me.
I can't play a Persona game. I
No.
may die.
I may die. I'll end up in a home by the time it's finished. Like, that's how long. I don't have that much time, guys. I got to live life to its fullest. That's what I got to do
Now,
here.
Feels like a whole
be-
second topic for this episode now.
Right? Yeah. No, to be
But
fair.
I mean, Ninja
Sorry.
Gaiden
Yeah.
brought
bring
in
it
that.
back.
I'm just saying, Ninja Gaiden was so like the fact that it doesn't drag on.
Yeah,
It's got a
right.
lot
Yeah.
of extra content that you can choose to skip, I'm
Yeah.
assuming, because it sounds like you guys didn't really do it.
Yeah,
No, not
I
my
did a
thing.
ton
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
Honestly, had I not done a ton of it, I don't know if I even would have gotten as far as I did because I unlocked the healing thing and some other stuff. But yeah, like I don't know if I would have been able to get as far as I did, or maybe I would have gotten further. I don't know in the same amount of time. It's
right.
hard to say. But the fact that you guys are saying it's like 6 hours, that's awesome. If you can have it finished in 6 hours and then you can do more stuff if you want.
Right.
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 There's
Give me
definitely
the
some repeatable stuff.
give
in
me
there.
the hard mode or the puzzles or whatever,
Right.
after I've
Afterwards.
completed the main story. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the
Yeah.
bosses, as tough as they're fine. I think they're beatable. You just memorize the patterns, and I think it's worth the playthrough. That's again, it's not a very long game, and I felt very satisfied beating the game. And
Yep.
especially if you've beaten the side stuff, Wolf, I think you should try the game again and go through it. Like it's not that long.
Maybe I'll
Like,
pick
it
it
sounds
back
like
up
you're
at some
almost
point.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. If I was like, I think I had 2 or 3 stages left in chapter 3 when I stopped. So
And that
it
boss
sounds
was
like
Fair
I
one of the
wasn't
warning.
too
toughest
far
ones.
from the end.
The last
Yeah.
boss could cause you to be like, I'm never looking at this shit again. It is possible. There are some moments where
Yeah.
even I was like, this is horseshit.
Yeah, but
I
it's the
really
last boss.
didn't want to turn
so-
on any of the accessibility settings, even though I know they're there, because
Yeah.
I'm playing on normal. But I don't know. I might revisit that for boss fights.
Couldn't hurt.
Right.
I mean, we all played Tunic differently, and that was a lot of fun, and we all
Yeah.
enjoyed
Yeah,
the
I wouldn't have
entire
finished
trip.
that without
Yeah.
the accessibility because
same.
that arena fight I just couldn't do.
Yep.
And then like I lost another 35 hours to that damn game after that. So
Well, and I played the I don't know, the last 3/4 of the game. I played essentially damageless. I turned on
Yeah,
essentially
same.
damageless.
Yep.
And you know what? I never felt like the challenge to me, like the difficulty challenge to me was not a primary in Tunic. The amazing story and finding the puzzles and figuring out the fucking crazy magic that everything joins together in that game.
The sauce.
That was like, I mean, that gave me like chills,
Yeah.
you know?
yeah,
It's a good one. Not to gatekeep,
I was
but I'm
so
a better
into
gamer
that
than all
that
of you
we were-
guys.
I was so into that game that we were watching a video the other day and the wife noticed the little tunic fox on the shelf
Nice.
in the video. She was like, "Hey, it's Tunic."
Yeah, we got our
Yep. Yeah,
little guys.
right above Wolf's head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get mine. I have
Mine-
mine too. Yeah.
Thanks,
I
Chair.
literally pulled
Love
mine
ya.
out of the box. I pulled mine out of the box from moving
Mhm.
2 days ago.
Perfect.
It's on my shelf. Yep.
Well, he may not be my brother, but I always had this out. So
Yeah.
just saying.
Yeah.
So, Mr.
Yeah.
God Tier Gamer or Chard, you gonna finish
Yeah.
that Silk Song game like I did? You know, I beat that Silk Song in 38 hours. Just saying.
What
you
accessibility
seem to
did you
rage
turn
quit.
on to get through that one there, bud?
Surprisingly, none.
Nearly godless.
No, did it all the way through.
Maybe I
Uh,
will challenge it. Maybe that'll be my Sisyphean next year. Wait till
Bring on
December.
the Wheel of Pain.
You'll uninstall it at least 17 times.
I'm gonna be like Sinistar and wait until December 29th.
Yep.
December 30th.
Yeah.
Beat it at 11:59.
I'll start playing it on Christmas. I'll start playing it on Christmas.
Plenty of time. Plenty of time.
I'll treat it like a Christmas present. I'll put it under the tree and open it up.
You know,
Gonna
besides
fester quick.
Christmas, Christmas has a lot of trains, and you know what else has a lot of trains? This fucking podcast, because we just went right off
Wow.
the goddamn
Yes,
rails
we did.
today.
Yeah.
So, but back to Ninja Gaiden, great game. It's a lot of fun. It's a nice little snippet. It's worth the $24 to pick it up on Steam or wherever you get it from. You can play it on all sorts of different consoles and whatnot. It's good and challenging, and then it's got a lot of side stuff after you beat it, so it's definitely worth a revisit. And we even might have convinced Wolf to maybe take another peek at it. And it's possible that even Sinstar was like, maybe I'll take a peek at it too. And that was all Jake and I wanted to do, was to tell you guys to get good and play games. 'Cause that's what we're here for. But yeah, so does anybody else have anything they want to add to this very off the rails episode about Ninja Gaiden Ragebound?
No, I think it's pretty solid, even though it pissed me off. Like I feel that like the title was accurate. I was bound for rage constantly, but solid
Nice.
game. I
Nice.
would still recommend it, even though I didn't finish it.
Beautiful. Okay.
I have something if we're done talking about Ragebound, though.
I mean, we probably have been done talking about Ragebound for
Yeah.
the last hour and a half.
All right. Well, I'm going to throw out the reminder again. We have a Patreon. We're not if you're able to, cool. If you want to, cool. If you're not able to or don't want to, please don't. But we have some tiers that, give you certain unlocks, including some behind the scenes info, stuff like that. Patreon, press B to cancel Patreon. If you do, we appreciate you. If you don't, we still appreciate you.
Truth.
Absolute. All right. Well, I guess that's our episode for this one. Is there anything anybody's got coming up? Round robin, Jake, you got anything that you're doing? Side project side?
No, there's a few podcasts I'm doing guest spots on coming up in the next couple months, and but I don't know when they release their episodes, so I have to find out. I think I owe one for Retro Wars with Danny, so I'll be doing one of those again the next little while, but nothing in the next little while. So,
Okay.
and I'm still getting over my stupid cold. Like this flu is kicking my ass.
And everybody's got it. Even my wife's downstairs got it right now, so she's beating her up. So get that NyQuil, baby. Drink that stuff like it's juice.
It's pretty much
Sinistar.
medical juice.
If you're listening today or tomorrow, today being September 19th, which is Talk Like a Pirate Day, yar.
Yar.
Or tomorrow, Soul Archaic and I will be participating in a retro rumpus. It's going to be anything pre-2000. Yeah, there's a couple of DJs. I think it's going to start with Mix Oriad, MXOREAD.
Cool.
But we'll be part of that.
Nice. Very
Nice.
Cool.
Great.
Wolf, what about you, sir? What do you got coming up in these days?
Nothing right now. I have just been I'm hoping to put together something for the end of the year with all the games I've played this year and have like a little rundown of them and stuff like that. But that's why I've been taking I keep track of the games I beat and I take notes on what I thought of them.
Beautiful. I should probably start doing that
project.
when we do podcasts.
It's also like, hey, look what I did this year.
That's why I do in Blue Sky. I have a thread on Blue Sky. It's like 128 characters on each game I beat throughout the year. I'm glad I'm doing it. It's a little motivation.
What was the bit at the end of the television shows? I made this.
I did this.
Oh yeah.
I made this.
I made that.
Yeah.
That's true.
Followed by sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.
Good dog.
Good dog.
Oof. There you go. All right. Well, as this
How
is
about you,
also
Chart?
this is the end of our episode. You can find me over at Twitch playing scary games. Again, I'm playing a lot of Chronos. I'm kind of hoping that I can button this up this weekend. I'll be taking next weekend off, but then when I get back, we're going to start up The Medium, which is another blooper game. And then next week, Silent Hill F hits the fucking shelves, and I'm very pumped to play that. However, I am holding off on playing that because the Sins are going to be very busy. And I want them to be there because they were nice enough to gift it for me. So we're going to wait on that. We're going to play another blooper game called The Medium, which has some really cool gameplay aspects in it that I'm eager and excited to show off. And then when everybody is geared up and good to go, we will be playing Silent Hill F. But first, I got to get through this awesome game, Chronos, that Blooper put out, new IP from them. Fantastic game. Stores really cool, really great jump scares in it. Really cool concept. It's Dead Space meets Silent Hill. What else could you ask for with some Chrono Trigger in there? So, but also, let's go through all the minutia, right, guys? Don't forget, we are part of the SuperPod Network. We get together with a bunch of other podcasters on there. You can come and talk to us on the SuperPod Network over there. You can come and talk to us on our Discord as well. You can find us at Press B to Cancel or pressb.org. I think that thing is still live, even though that was a joke that still continues to be here. Jake, you got something you want to say?
We're still paying for it. You
My
can
joke
listen to
is
such
costing
fine
us
shows as Fine Time, where they're talking about, surprise, surprise, also talking about Silk Song, which is great.
There you go.
You can find Thrak. He's got Thrak Ops. He's been doing a mini series of podcasts on the Call of Duty games. I think he's up to Call of Duty 2. Yes, Call of Duty 2 from Treyarch. That's
up
a fun
to
one. Well, I mean, there's so many Call of Duty games, but
Ninja Gaiden.
he's like 4 into
What?
the series. That's a whole thing. Anyway, there's Bill and Alex. They're talking about the gaming and collecting podcasts, and they're looking at games that shaped them. We did an episode like that in the
Nice.
past too. I should listen to
We
that one.
did.
Yeah.
I got to catch up my
Should do that again.
podcast. But anyway, superpodnetwork.com. Lots of great gaming podcasts like ours, both retro and also modern stuff too.
That's cool stuff. All right. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that needs to be added. Again, we do have a Patreon. Go check out the Patreon if you're interested in joining. And again, as Sinister said, not a requirement, but it would certainly be lovely for the podcast. But regardless, love having you here in any form or facet. And go check out the new Tron soundtrack. It's amazing. I don't care. It's amazing.
Is it? Is it though?
It is. You know, Jake's a hater,
Yes.
and that's fine. That's perfectly fine.
Yes.
Snow slam bamboo is all I'm saying.
It is not.
Yeah.
It is not any exotic birds.
exotic birds.
Yeah, but it'll. You know, it's still some of that Cleveland magic that came.
It's not my Trent.
Oh dear
Wow.
Lord.
With
On that note,
this has been Press B to cancel.